Hi, my name is Morgan McLean, and I'm going to present my observation notebook for exceptional children in a regular classroom. I conducted my first hour of observation at Lonoke County Exceptional School in Cabot. I observed a kindergarten classroom that had 9 children and 2 adults. A glow, I would say, is that at breakfast there was a child that had sensory issues, and one of the teachers worked with him on that, encouraging him to pet his biscuit and then lick it, which seems like a silly task to people who don't have sensory issues, but to ones that do, that's a big deal. And he has never gotten that far, so it was kind of great to be able to see him achieve that. A grow is that they need to come up with a better solution when the children arrive. Whenever I got there is during arrival time, and it was complete chaos. Just everybody crying, whining, screaming. If it's just getting some paper and crayon out, something. What they were doing is obviously not working, and they should come up with a better solution. I conducted my second hour of observation at Lonoke County Exceptional School in Lonoke, observing first grade, where there were 14 children and 2 adults. The glow is that the children walked extremely well in line. This is first grade with disabilities we're talking about, so seeing how well they walked in line and went to the bathroom and took care of business and got out without playing was a great thing. Obviously, they have worked very hard on the walking in a line and no playing in the restroom. A grow is that the classroom was tiny. There were 14 children in there, and there was not enough room for 7 in my opinion. There wasn't enough toys. It was just a lack of materials and room. I would say that they definitely need to either invest in a bigger classroom, expanding the classroom, opening up a different classroom, something, because 14 children in that classroom is not working. My third observation was at Eastham Charter School in Little Rock. I observed Miss Muller's second grade classroom. There were 18 children with 1 adult. I would say that a glow is her game called Just Like Me. She would make a statement. This was in the middle of they were presenting their strategies in math, and they were kind of getting antsy, so she decided, let's play Just Like Me to ease those nerves. So she would make a statement. For instance, she said, vanilla cupcakes are way better than chocolate. And if that pertained to a student, they would jump up and say, just like me, and then sit back down. She did about 10 of these just to take the ants out of the kids' pants, so that they were a lot calmer and they were ready to get back to work. And the children really enjoyed this. A grow is the layout of the classroom. It was a little odd. There were computers blocking places, and there were lots of little corners and areas that were kind of secluded, and the amount of children in the classroom to the size of the classroom, I don't think this was a good layout. It needed to be more open concept, so that would be the grow. I did my fourth hour of observation at Eastham Charter School in Little Rock, observing Miss Baco's third grade classroom. There were 19 children to 2 adults. A glow is that when they were working on their math problem, she told them to go find their smart spot, and they've already identified their smart spot, so they would go and they'd sat down. I really liked this because this helped those students just feel more comfortable, and that was kind of like, I guess, their smart spot / their comfort spot. They felt comfortable working there and did it extremely well, sitting in that spot with no distractions and everything else. I would say that a grow is that Miss Baco was very friendly. She never had a harsh attitude or anything with the students. However, she never smiled. And I do feel that, like, a facial expression, people read off of that, and that is a huge form of communication. And she never smiled or showed enthusiasm, and I feel that if you want your kids in the classroom to have enthusiasm, then you need to show enthusiasm yourself. The children definitely feed off of that, and when you show it, they'll show it. So I do feel like that Miss Baco needed to show some enthusiasm, some nice facial expressions, smiling, something, so that her children would feel confident in the classroom. I conducted my 5th hour of observation at Pathfinder in Jacksonville. I observed adults that were on an IEP of 4th grade or around there. I observed in the craft room. There were 21 clients to 3 teachers. A glow would be that they were making projects for their prom, like snowflakes and snowmen, and they were just being involved in their own prom, and I loved that. I think that that makes them feel like they are involved, and they definitely get to put forth effort in the decorations, and I feel that the clients had to have really enjoyed that, and some of them were definitely showing that, ecstatic, wanting to show everybody their new snowflake and whatnot, and I really enjoyed that they got to partake in that. A grow would be the layout. The tables, there was this long table and 3 tables connecting, and it was like a one-way in and one-way out kind of deal. There were several clients that were in wheelchairs, and this was not friendly to them. They needed more space to be able to come in and come out instead of getting to the end of the table and then being trapped. I feel that the layout was cluttered and too close for people who have disabilities. I conducted my 6th hour of observation at Pathfinder as well in Jacksonville. I observed adults on an IEP of 5th grade or so in the music room. And there were 24 clients to 2 teachers. A glow is that they started trying to do karaoke the original way that like restaurants and how you would at home do it, where you just play a song and sing along to it. Well, they discovered that this did not work well for them. So they improvised a little bit and decided to put it into the laptop on YouTube, connected to the TV, and they would play the video, the music video, as well as letting the person sing. So the client would sing the song, and the rest of the clients would sit down and watch the music video. And I really liked this. Instead of them saying, karaoke's not for us, we can't do this, they improvised and figured out something that did work for them. The grow would be that they didn't really take much time for their instructional time, I guess. They did about 5 minutes at the beginning of class discussing what they did the day before and talking on new material, which I know these are people with disabilities, but I feel that they can handle more than 5 minutes because they were all very in tune to what they were talking about. They were excited, they were raising their hands, shouting out answers, and then it just kind of got cut off and it was karaoke time. So I feel that more than 5 minutes would be beneficial and that they would enjoy it as well. I conducted my 7th hour of observation at Lonoke County Exceptional School in Lonoke. I observed adults on an IEP of around 6th grade. Observed in the workshop, there were 14 clients to 2 teachers. A glow is that they got to experience what work was like. They got to get the feel of what a job was like, working 9 to 3, getting a little bit of money. They definitely got that experience, and I really enjoyed getting to see them work because they loved what they did, and you could definitely tell. A grow is that they didn't make hardly any money. One tube, everything that it took, the dating, labeling, packaging, boxing, everything was 9 cents for 1 tube, and they were in an assembly line doing that. It was just a lot of work, and they only make 9 cents for that. Wayne, who was the workshop teacher who kind of talked to me and helped answer some questions, he said that on average they make $3 to $4 a day, which is outrageous. I know that these are not necessarily hard jobs, but they take pride in what they do, and they are contributing to the community, and I feel that not minimum wage, but a little more than $3 to $4 a day would be nice. I conducted my 8th hour of observation at Lonoke County Exceptional School in Cabot. I observed adults on an IEP of 5th to 6th grade. There were 28 clients to 3 teachers. A glow is that they had this chore board that had sweeping, mopping, watering the flowers, setting the table, and their name was next to it, so that would get changed over so often. I like this because it helped them build independence and make them feel like they were contributing to the facility. A grow is that there were few spaces in the facility for them to be. There was a craft room that was extremely small, a relaxation computer room that was extremely small as well, and then the grand room that they all pretty much stayed in, but had nothing in it but tables and a TV. And the TV was for instructional videos and stuff, and I just didn't enjoy that. I feel that they needed more space. I conducted my final hour of observation at Pathfinder in Jacksonville, observing a 4 to 6-year-old classroom for my inclusive site, and there were 10 children to 2 adults. A glow is that the playground was extremely nice. They had tricycles and tracks to ride on and lots of different equipment. The children really enjoyed playing out there. You could tell they didn't want to come in. A grow is how the teachers handled the classroom. There was some confrontation between some students, and instead of being hands-on and going over to those students, they yelled across the room telling them to stop, and then the children ended up hurting one another. And then that's when they got up and stepped up, and I feel like they should have done so beforehand and been more hands-on, because these are 4 to 6-year-olds. So I really enjoyed taking this course and getting to observe in these classrooms. Thank you.